Hi, dear ones
Hello, ladies and
and gentlemen.
gentlemen, of course.
Here we are again with another episode of idreams. And
Yeah.
today, Arash, what we're gonna
Uh,
do, of course, we are also in a new location, as you see.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new one to keep you happy and ourselves, of course. But today we want to talk about pride, the
Yeah.
wrong way of being
Yeah.
pride or proud about something or yourself or somebody.
Yeah.
So, when was the last time you had this issue?
Issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just to explain a bit more, Arash, so this is indeed, it's not the type of proud, being proud that means, for example, I say I'm proud of myself because I finished my project on time this time. You're not talking about that kind of pride. You're talking about pride that comes from arrogance. So it's when we try to actually grandize ourselves in a fake way, and trying to attribute to ourselves credits which we don't really deserve, only to have the feeling that we are better than the other person.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
So it's again based on separation. When
based
you
on
see yourself
separation.
separated than somebody else and you think you're better, he's lower.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
It's again that comparing the values. In the previous videos, we talked about, for example, jealousy, where we actually think the other person deserves better, or has a higher value than us, where we again did this wrong comparison. Instead of seeing each other as equal, we thought we are smaller or less of value than the others. In this
Yeah.
case, pride, we do other way around, and now we think, well, we know it's not true, but we try to grandize ourselves, and we're gonna say like, oh, I'm better than you, and not that I say it like that, but I do it by my actions. So or the way, or maybe I talk too much about myself, but also like show off.
Yeah, show
Yeah.
off. Yeah, maybe we can give a simple example because you see it every day.
That's a good one.
One time, sometimes when you're outside and you're walking, you see some type of, especially men, you see them walking and they are like this, you know. They are like, okay, who do you think you are? If you want to do something, just come. I'm ready for you. It is like this. You can say this is the wrong way of being proud of yourself, but it's deeper than this because it comes out of fear and
Exactly.
it's the
From
wrong
lack.
way of self confidence. It's like if somebody is really confident, then there is no need to show off, right?
Exactly.
If you're
Yes.
confident, you know you're confident. You don't
Yeah.
need to show it. But when you're showing it, it means that you have some doubts.
Exactly.
So you're not sure about it.
So it comes from lack inside you. It comes from a part where you think you are not good enough. So that's why you have to go and show off. And that was a nice example, by the way. So
it's
and,
simple.
and men do it often for attracting girls, maybe.
Or maybe, or when they see another man.
Or when
They're
you see,
like,
yeah.
the comparison is there, you know. The other one is showing off, showing the girl that I'm tough, you know, I'm a tough guy. Just
Yeah.
look at me. The other one is I'm better than you. So
Yeah, and it's
So
never
that's-
ending because it's always you have to run for. You have to always try to compete with the others.
yeah,
Just to keep your fear. You're actually suppressing your fear. You're not really getting rid of it, and you just try to have a temporary good feeling, good sense that you are better. And even when you look at other person, and it starts by jealousy first. We talked about it. And then later moment, usually it's like that, and after a while when you're jealous, you're tired of it, now you decide to become too proud of yourself, grandize yourself, and then you actually try to kind of do it other way around in the wrong way. So now you're gonna say, oh, you see, I'm better than you, and I bought the more expensive car than you. I don't know, I went to a higher education, I have a higher education degree than yours. So all the time you're trying to take something out of here and try to prove to others and to yourself that you are better than the other person.
you have all kinds of them. Some of them they're hunting weaker persons, you know, weaker girls or something.
Yeah.
They're this I have seen it myself. Maybe you too. There
Definitely.
are some men that they see a girl who is very weak, and this girl is she just had a bad experience, and they just try to manipulate this girl only to sleep with her or whatever,
Yeah.
because that makes them feel good, and then the next day they can walk outside again and do like this, that yesterday I hunted and I was successful. But all of this is coming out of fear, because if somebody is calm, it means that he's confident, there is no fear, there is no doubt, there is no judging, because he is always in balance.
Yes.
And there is no need to show, there is no need to prove yourself with your car, with the
because
girl
you have the
are
inner
walking.
peace, right? You
The
feel
inner peace, yeah.
Yeah, and to make a link, Arash, to A Course in Miracles here again is actually, if you look at also with jealousy, also with now with pride, it always involves the body and something out of this world where you use all your body to think you are better than the other person, and in case of jealousy, you thought you're less than the other person, the other one is better than you, and actually where we want to go with this all, not only Course in Miracles but also in this our video channel, is trying to let our viewers know that the way to salvation, the way to inner peace, is when we realize we are not really separated, and the person we are jealous of, or the one we are trying to show off and try to prove we are better, they're all our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And we want to actually go to a point where we see no longer this separation, but we see them all as one brotherhood, as the
So
or
there
the
is
sonship,
there
as
is
a-
no need to join with this race. You don't have to race and win from everybody to be the best and be number one. There is no need. You are always number one. There is no need.
No.
You're not the last person or less than somebody else, unless you want to believe it. But
Exactly.
there is no
Believing.
need. It's just like the race. We can give another example. It's like being on the train with no final destination. It always goes from this stop to the next one, to the next one, but it never ends.
Exactly.
So it's better to not focus on the stop, where you stop, but yourself being on the train.
Yeah.
When did you get in the train?
Mm-hmm.
And why? What is the need?
Yeah, and maybe also you want to have a nice journey in the train. You want to focus on having a nice, beautiful, peaceful journey while you're in the train, instead of trying to compete with the characters in the train. You want the whole experience which you're watching to be peaceful.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think
where
when
you want to
when you
go.
become conscious of yourself being on the train, then you will automatically see the environment in the train, because unless you don't do it, you're always focused on the stop. When do I get to the next stop?
there? Exactly.
So you forget the whole thing. But when you open your eyes and you're a little bit awakened, then you can see what you're doing, and slowly you see what you do to the other person on the train, what he's doing to you. You see all your belief systems.
Yeah.
And then it's not the end. Then
No.
you can go deeper and you will see that there is no need to be on this train.
Exactly.
And if you're
that's
there,
what I was going to say.
and
Because
if
all of
you're-
them is meaningless at the end. right?
Yes, and if you are on the train, then you can also have a nice trip. You can do it
You
consciously.
can still enjoy it.
Yeah,
But you don't
consciously.
have to attach to it. You don't have to say, this is my final destination, or this is where I want to have it. You're not even trying to make an idol out of it. Say, I want a more beautiful train or better. No, you just enjoy it because you're already on a train, and this train is taking you somewhere.
Yeah. The train is life.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
just life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are on the train,
Yeah.
but the whole thing is that you don't make yourself limited, so small that you always want to run and be better, be better, be better. But you don't even
You
know
let go,
from whom you want to
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah.
You don't even know the person, but you want to be better.
Yeah.
Because you do it unconsciously. The whole thing
Yeah.
is to become conscious that who is the one on the train? Who are the other ones on the
Yeah.
train? Are they lower than me? I am higher than them?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, and then this is all because, again, this lack, we are feeling the fear, which is very deep in all of us. And when we are going into spirituality, non-duality, we are trying to actually know ourselves and actually see those issues, those fears, letting them come to the surface so we can let go of them. And we never do it alone. We always do it with help of our higher self. But as long as we are like attaching to those fears, as long as we are attaching to the pride, and we think it brings us something, then we cannot, of course, heal, because we are actually saying we are blocking the way to higher self to come and help us. So this is a part where we actually become conscious about this, in this analogy about the train, that we are in the train, and zoom out and see out not see ourselves as the character in the train, but or in the life, but zoom out and see the whole picture as something we are watching now currently, and we decided to believe in it.
So you watch your own projection.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. And projection, I think we didn't make a movie for yet. I
don't think so, but it's coming.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah. In the future. Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have any? Do you remember any moments of your life being too proud, or what it did to you?
Yeah.
You know. Or the other.
I think when I think, I'm not sure if I said that in the last video, but there was this time in before when I was jealous kind of about other people. And it was in my youth, when I was just still a teenager and going to school, and I looked at the other person, and I come from a background from a different culture. We come from Iran originally, and there I remember the focus was to study like higher education. And that moment where when we came here, and we are now in Netherlands, here the values were different, right? So the students, everyone, they were just having fun. They were not really that much studying, and you kind of miss that respect which you naturally would expect when you were in the other educational system in Iran. So when you come here, it was a big change. So what at the end I missed that pride. I missed that respect which I used to have. So at the beginning I became jealous, and afterwards I tried to actually also become too proud of myself. I tried to find something where I can impress the other people, right? At school, by saying maybe showing off and saying like cool things where the famous people at school were saying.
That is also coming from a wrong belief system.
Yeah.
I believe that you have to earn your own respect.
Yeah.
So you have to do something for it so other people can respect you.
Exactly, because at that time we were trying to get this love, this attention.
Yeah.
Especially when you're younger, you're not into this whole movement of spiritual. You don't know even much about it, and there you try to get the love from the school, from your classmates, from the teacher.
Outside of you.
Always outside of you. Get recognition. So I think that was for me the time when I try to then I was not myself anymore. Then I was trying to be someone else, just to impress other people so they can look up to me, and I get that respect and love, that attention which I wanted. Yeah,
exactly.
But and I don't know, you had some experience you want to share as well? Or?
Yeah, I was a little bit thinking about it, but I was someone who, of course, I know how it is to be proud.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. But to me, mostly it was like I was against having compliments. For example, when I studied music and somebody told me, "Oh, you're very good, and we never had a student like you," I was like, "What are you talking about?" You know, I immediately blocked them.
Blocked that, okay.
Yeah. So to me, I was afraid of being proud. That was how I was mostly. Yeah. But of course, when I was younger, yes, when I had A grade, as they say in US.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Then you think you're better than the rest. And now when they walk inside the school, the next day, everybody knows, that I am the best.
Because you had the best score or something.
Yeah, but it didn't last that long. You know? But I know how it is, and especially at this age, I know what it does to me. If I believe in this illusion, like I'm better and look at me.
Exactly.
There is no need.
Because you know it's not holding up for a long time. It's just maybe
temporary.
temporary, and it's actually doesn't do you any good. It just you're showing not the real you to other people. You just try to pretend.
It doesn't have real value. It's like it's actually valueless, you know, like in the course. It is because it's temporary and it's not eternal. You know, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's like
comes and goes.
Of course, you have to eat. There are these survival things, you know, the basic things. But this is something for the mind, and there is no need for it because your mind is capable of so many other things, and there is inside of it is real love. That is what you really are. There is no need to steal it from somebody.
No.
So that is what you learn slowly when you concentrate on the train.
Yes. And that's the power of choice we have, Arash, and making another connection to the course where we know that our only true choice is whether we choose the ego in us or the higher self. And the ego always talks from fear, handles action. All the actions are based on fear, and the pride and jealousy or whatever we discussed. Also, they're all like attributes of the ego we are discussing in these videos. And where we actually go in the mind and know there is a better choice, which is the higher self, then we start to let go of all those things we thought it brings us more attention. No, we just let go of those and let the higher self basically guide us, and so that we get that love on a natural way, because we already are the love inside us. We just didn't know it, but now we little by little, with help of higher self.
And you simply don't know what is best for you.
No.
How can you know it when what you want to do is based on fear and it's all unconscious, based on so many belief systems? You just don't know it. So when you let go, what you need, something with value, will come to you. And if you want to have control, you know, about everything, and you find the issue for one problem and then you feel proud, it doesn't work. It just comes and goes. Also problems comes and goes, but who made them?
Exactly.
That's the question.
That's a good one. So actually you, instead of buying into the problem, you actually realize there is no problem. The problem is you made the problem yourself, which came from fear. So instead of letting the ego again keeping you busy again in the illusion with doing all those like things, trying to between the characters compete and trying to get the love from them, and no, this time you try to let go of those things, because you realize they don't have really any meaning. And then you let go the meaningless, and you actually, that's what also Porsa and Artem were saying, you basically give up everything, nothing, and you get everything. So that's where we want to go with this.
So letting go, it is not easy step. We know that, but once you let go and you see you compare the before and after, what it did to you and what it was doing to you all the time, then you will see that was nothing, and now you have everything, because you are everything.
Exactly.
You are connected to everything. It's not like I am here and I have nothing to do with you. No, we are connected.
You're all connected.
We are all connected.
Yeah.
So maybe a simple exercise like I think the best thing is always recognizing the moments that you are proud. Pride, activates in you, and again you see, and you have to recognize that now I have been proud, and I feel now better than somebody else. So separation and being
you
proud.
Create separation in it. So you try to actually again make a difference between you and your brothers and sisters by taking something, and it could be, I don't know, it could be a beautiful clothes. Ladies can also, we just give examples about men, but it also applies for ladies. So it's anything you take here, and it could be also your educational degree, whatever. Whatever you take and you try to impress and show off and try to kind of, in a fake way, try to, go higher than the other person, try to think that you are better than the other person, that comes from the separation, that comes from fear. So do you want to become aware of that in this exercise and just recognize it? That's the first step, right?
It's always the first step, because you are the one who needs to recognize it. You can watch these videos and read books, but when you don't practice it or you don't experience it in yourself, what is the point? Then you use the book or video to run away. doesn't work
No,
like
indeed.
this. It's just one step to self-reflection. Okay, should we
Great.
end?
Yeah, I
but
think
one thing before we end. I have to say my shoes are better than yours.
You see, that's a good example.
I'm proud of
Actually,
my
mine are better, but okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you for being with us again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Until next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
And, the whole thing.
You
The
know
tradition. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.